one single trend that I have noticed here at Namm is complexity, which is surprising. I thought we'd get away from a lot of complexity in pedals, given that multi-effects units, which are just, multi-problems, by the way. I thought that multi-effects units were kind of taking over, digital units were taking over, and that effects pedals were kind of going by the wayside. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is that standard pedals are getting more complex. I'm seeing Game Changer and MXR, two massive brands that I respect. MXR having a legacy in the pedal industry, and Game Changer, despite their name being ironic, I really think they are game changers in the industry, really moving things forward very quickly in terms of the technology and in terms of what's happening. So I think that the complexity was surprising to me. It's still surprising that all these pedals are so complex and they're so hard to use. I wasn't able to make a demo of the Game Changer audio booth or the MXR booth myself because the pedals were so complex to use. So I really didn't understand. I still don't understand that trend. And then I also see a lot of rack-mounted gear. Strymon and Game Changer Audio both are releasing rack-mounted gear. So what does that say for us guitar players? It says our industry is continuing to shrink and the synthesizer industry is continuing to grow. For the past 20 years, the electric guitar has been on the decline. That's a fact. No matter what you want to say, since about 2004, the electric guitar has been on the decline. The synthesizer has been on the incline in popular music. And so as electric guitar players, we really have to understand what that means for our market. It means it's going to continue to shrink. It means that people like Beatronics or even JHS, a lot of these people are not even here, or their booths have shrunk, or who else? I'm trying to think. A lot of the smaller pedal makers, Zevex has been gone for years. They're guys who I loved. JHS is gone. They used to have a massive booth. Fender isn't here. Gibson isn't here. Namm itself is shrinking. I think a lot of that is due to the internet. But as far as who is here, the trend I'm seeing is just pedals that are very multi-function. Like you have a pedal with a button and you hold that button and it does a bunch of other things. I never liked pedals like that. I just don't. It's not my style. But if you guys do, let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I may not be able to play a complex pedal, but I certainly can get somebody to demo it for us here. Just leave it in the comments. Let me know what you want to see, and I will go ahead and visit that booth. I've already seen Third Man Hardware. I've seen EHX. They just have the Pico series, which came out in October, so nothing really new. I visited Boss. So we saw that SDE 3000, that rack-mounted delay recreation that they have there. What else? We saw Donner. We just went to the Donner booth to see the Third Man Hardware collaboration. I really like the stuff Third Man Hardware is doing, but it reminds me a lot of Beatronics or a lot of newer pedal companies where they'll come out and they'll release 5 of the same pedal. Like, to me, an overdrive and a fuzz are the same pedal. Like, they can be the same pedal. You can get overdrive and fuzz in one box if it's done properly. I mean, maybe with a switch. I don't know how you would do that, but my point being is that not a lot of reverbs from Beatronics. None, I don't think, actually. I think they just released a chorus, if I'm not mistaken. They have some cool pedals, but like Third Man Hardware, they're fuzz obsessed and not a lot of other things coming out other than fuzz pedals from Beatronics and from Third Man Hardware. But I do love the triple graph. If you guys saw, I just released the triple graph combination video where I combine all of Third Man Hardware's videos, or all of their pedals rather, with the triple graph because it's an octave thing and it's really cool. So those are some of the trends I've noticed at Namm. Another trend I've noticed, other than the shrinkage, was just this is the second year it's been open to the public. So I'm noticing a lot of the booths are just not taking it seriously. Like T-Rex, for instance. I love T-Rex, but Sebastian, the CEO, he was only there for day one. A lot of the CEOs or the owners would only be there for day one because that was Thursday. I was here. A lot of industry was here because we don't have traditional 9-to-5 jobs, so we can be here on Thursday and Friday. But as soon as like late mid Friday and Saturday hit, it was the general population. All the booze went to like I don't give a fuck mode. Nothing business wise. Well, less business seemed to be being conducted, and more volume was definitely happening. So that was a trend I saw. And this is the first year I really had to bring strong earplugs. Normally I have like just some, wimpy earplugs, or I'll just shove some tissue in my ear. This year things were so loud, and I think that's because the general public is not here for business. They're here to, see some fun stuff. This year it was so loud, I had to have some very intense earplugs. And I think it was like 32 decibel reduction that I had to get. So yeah, louder volume, lot different vibe here. It doesn't feel as business oriented. It feels a lot more like a Comic-Con for musicians. And I'm not sure how much how I feel about that. I was always in here with the industry because I'm industry, and that felt kind of special. As stupid and as silly as that sounds, it had a special feeling like, oh hey, we're all in here because we know somebody. And I don't think it should be that way, but it should be more limited than just buy your ticket for $150 and come on in. It used to be a trade show for business, for media, for influencers, and that's gone. And because of that, companies are not taking it as seriously, and why should they? I wouldn't. I think the bigger companies pulling out is indication that the general public joining the fray is not good. I mean, I saw a little kid the other day at the Donner booth. I'm not joking, like a 5-year-old kid picking up the guitar and just start strumming it and playing it. Imagine a booth like there used to be, $50,000 guitars at the Martin booth that you could play. They're not there anymore. I couldn't find anything over $3,000. I mean, this was on the wall. I'm not joking. You can see I have videos on this channel of me playing like $10,000, $50,000 guitars at Namm. Not possible anymore. Can't do that. And it's because they can't trust that the general public is going to be, in any way. Hi. It's in that bag right there.